I won't. You'll never change history. So you shielded Morris, Grovile. That's taking a heavy toll on you. Very well. You're going down first. What are you doing? That's not. I'm taking you with me. We're going back to the future. Morris, it's up to you now. Those are... Aquos, this is it for me. I'm taking Dusknoir back to the future. I can never come back here again. Watch his back. Promise me. You must end your will, because you can. You two are the greatest of combinations. We're almost there. Quiet. Morris. Take care, Morris. I was lucky to have known you. To the parting hearse, the rest is in your hands. Sorry for the hold up, Dusknoir. After entrusting his mission to his friends, Grovile returned to the future. Yet Morris and Aquos were desperately trying to contain their sorrow. Filled with that sentiment, they set off on a final adventure. But then, after having returned to the future with Dusknoir, Grovile in the future darkness Ugh. Dusknoir, is this the future? I'm back again. This world of darkness. But Dusknoir and I haven't disappeared. The future's still this dark place. Does that mean history hasn't been changed yet? Don't tell me. Prevented the planet's paralysis. Did Mars and Aquos fail? No, that can't be. It's only that they haven't done it yet. The effects of history's being changed will probably start appearing soon. I simply haven't noticed them yet. Anyhow, right now I've got no choice but to believe that. Mars, Aquos, please, succeed for me. I believe in you too. I'm doing everything I can. Gah. My injuries are fine. Dusknoir still hurt. Sableye. Wait. Grovile. They found me already. I've got to get out of here as fast as I can. Ugh. Dusknoir. Grovile. Grovile, you. Ugh. It looks like our fight left you with some injuries too. Don't push yourself. You Grovile. This is the future. I knew I'd come right back here to this world. After all, didn't I lose to you, Grovile and Morris? I couldn't get in your way. But why? I don't want to disappear. That's all. I just don't want to disappear. Yet, why did you? You saw the world of the past, didn't you? The beauty of a sunrise, the peacefulness of a gentle breeze. There's no future in this dark world. It's enough to break your heart. I don't want to disappear either. But if history could be changed, I'm willing to pay the price. Even if we disappeared, it would be for the sake of everyone who lives in the future. Everyone, everything from now on would be given a gift of a new life. Or a new life. According to the Planetary Investigation Team, everyone, except those few whose hearts are dark and shriveled, everyone was in agreement. They all agreed to change this world of darkness. Everyone is ready, so do the right thing and give up. Where will you go? Say what I found me earlier. While you were still unconscious, your failure, they'll probably tell Primal Dialga about it. If that happens, Primal Dialga will likely go with Plan B. But in order to send a new agent back to the past world, Dialga needs some time to store power. So, I'm going to fight him now. I'm going to Temple Tower to take on Primal Dialga. Do you think you can defeat Master Dialga? You're already wounded from our battle. You'd have to be in perfect shape to even consider such an enormous challenge. You never win this stage you're in now. I already know I won't win. What? Until Mars and Aqua change history? Until the effects of changing history start to appear in this dark world? Till then, I'm gonna buy them some time. That's all. So stay out of my way. I won't let you do that. Ugh, blast. Still too weakened. Can't move, but Grovyle can't just do as he pleases. And in this special episode, we are controlling Grovyle. Starting in Bad Valley, we actually get to see all of Grovyle's moves. Absorb, Quick Attack, Leaf Blade, Dig. Oh. And this has some fantastic music. I was gonna save my voice. I can't really say too much about Mystery Dungeon that hasn't already been said. We're dealing with powerful Pokemon. But my biggest hint is Scaboviruses. Because we know our objective now. We're going to fight Dialga. And, well, we know our strategy already because Grovyle has Dig. We saw how good Piplup was of it. Imagine Grovyle using it. It's gotta be just as strong, if not stronger. But if there's ever a special episode choose a TM, it's this one. Like, there's just no argument. Let's see. And of course, I actually never used Quick Attack during the entire campaign. This is actually a move that I usually have in Explorers of Sky. Or in any Explorers game, because it actually has by 2 tiles, so... See his jump left? I can just do that. It can even hit around corners. It's fantastic. It can miss quite a bit. But if you ever need to snipe an opponent to guarantee the kill, Quick Attack is your way to do it. Oh. As for IQ skills, what does Grovyle have again? Yeah, he starts off with basic kit. He starts off with the same skills as any of his starter Pokemon. This leads some people to believe that the main character would actually be a Trico. And that Grovyle in the future would have met him through that way. Just a little further. Because their main character is a human. For me, I like to think that the main character would have been a Trico. It would have been pretty nice in the animated specials if they were, but in the animated specials, he is, well, the main character is Piplup, which is pretty cool. But we are kid hours for us to go out to deal with anything that we can find. Like all of our special episodes, Monster House is the main thing to watch out for. But at least we can be careful, because we got Dig, we can deal with toxic hooks and all that. And Absorb is for recovering HP. It's a pretty good kit. I don't think I've ever played the game as a Trico though. Because I never got Trico on the quiz. I guess I could say Elite Blade, I think, has a high crit rate, doesn't it? Yeah, high critical hit rate. So there's a chance to ignore any buffs the opponent has. We can deal with it. Shift isn't the only thing that could be a little bit worrying. Which is funny because I evolved Nuzleaf, no actual file, so I have a Shiftry. I don't intend to battle alongside Shiftry though. I just think, fine. I think there's another grass type that I'd rather get. Oh yeah, I guess some banter. Pokemon Home's finding out for Scarlet Violet. 1 day away from hitting summer. So I guess they were true. They released spring 2023. 2 days before it ended. Just brilliant. Only thing I'm mad about with the home update. Oh jeez, not good. But well, technically it's not good. You can't send all the Hoenn starters into the game, which is into Scarlet Violet, which is dumb. Like, you can send, obviously, the Kanto stars because Kanto, woo, is so good, like. But obviously because I have a shiny Sceptile I would actually like to send to the game. Oh. Uh-oh. Nope. You played him. No. 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 And like that. But who knows, maybe the Scarlet Violet DLC will get more Pokemon. Like the other starters. But also, no, Pokemon at this point, you shouldn't feed them all to every Pokemon. I don't care if you have to whip them, just do. I think I'm almost through. But still a waste of Temple Tower. Mustn't lose any time. Grovyle. How's parts of you come after me? Dusknoir, so... Hello. Do you seriously intend to fight in the condition you're in? Ah, you're injured too. Grovyle. There he is. Over there. Where? Grovyle. I'm going to inform you the situation has changed. Sableye, your rival is admirably timed. Be so good as to knock out Grovyle. Whee! Ah. What do you think you're doing? Yeah. What's the meaning of this? Why? What do you mean by suddenly attacking me? Don't ask why, just fight back, Dusknoir. What? Don't you get it? These guys. I'm not the only one they're aiming at anymore. What are you saying? Why? Why me? I don't know either. Believe me. If this goes on, well, both of us will get knocked out. And now the boss fight pairing up with Sableye. Crazy stuff happening right now, like. Basically, you and Dusknoir want to take out one side. Dusknoir's not going to do that. I don't think we even get to command Dusknoir during this. But watch out for, well, moves like that. Yeah, you can't set Dusknoir. And because I got hit, I can't do anything. But I can still throw a form. So that works. But Astonish and Fury Swipes are a mean combo. Dodge. So now use Absorb. But also about the drain health hideaway sort of tactic. Like right now I can use Punishment, but I can use Dig to dodge, or I can Absorb to get my health back. Well, if I hit. Yeah, I'll still use Absorb. Wow! I just got to have the skill to boost his power if he uses a move sometimes. Nevertheless, why? Why the Sableye attacking me? They already abandoned you at the hidden land and ran off, didn't they? Why are you still surprised? Even so, the Sableye followed any orders given to him by Master Dialga or myself. Why did Mike target me like that? I cannot think of an appropriate reason. Don't you think maybe Dialga gave him that order? What are you implying? Not possible. Absolutely impossible. There's no way. And Master Dialga would abandon me like that. There's categorically no chance. Sure, but I wonder. Did you did fail to stop Mars in the past? So it's not unexpected that Dialga might abandon you like this. Whatever. It's none of my business. Your little family spats are fine with me. Keep it up. I've got to hurry on ahead. See ya. Wait. Why do we call it temporary truce, Grovyle? Would you care to accompany me? For a little while at least. Excuse me? It's not a joke. I'm serious. This guy, what's he up to? Is he going to pretend to work together? Then attack me when my guard is down? Don't worry, I won't attack you during our adventure, Grovyle. You're certainly cautious. From the moment you heard my proposal, I suspect you're already starting to be wary. Given my current condition and your understandable wariness, I would fare poorly against you. Additionally, I want to know, why did the Sableye attack me? We'll be stronger if we team up. We can make it through dungeons faster. The Pokemon in the dungeons are affected by the darkness. I think you've seen how they become more and more vicious. You were intelligent enough to see the merit in banding together. I know how strong this guy is. The advantage is to adventure with him. Can't figure out what Dusknoir is thinking. But I think teaming up with him will be okay for now. Understood. Let's go. However, don't try anything funny, because I will beat you down immediately if you do. As you like. Let's go. Now we have an unlikely ally in Dusknoir. Once we're through this wasteland, we should be close to Temple Tower. Let's get a move on. Compose yourself. We need to prepare before we go. If you rush too much, you'll fail. Keep a leash on your impatience. Huh. Don't boss me around, Dusknoir. I have no idea what's on his mind, as usual. Anyway, if I only knew why the Sableye suddenly came to attack, it'd be clear whether he remains my ally, or if he were to change sides again and become my enemy. I believe we can check Dusknoir now. He has Ice Punch, Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Punch. Will-O-Wisp is like the only bad move on him which I'll disable once I get into a dungeon. Well, let's see. I have pressure. As you can see, Dusknoir has a lot of stuff. PP Saver, Item Master, Course Checker. Not Trader, which is surprising. Type Advantage Master, which boosts the power. Quick Bree is boosted when attacking enemies that have a type disadvantage. Self Cure. It heals status problems like sleep quicker. I love this music. And I'm not actually going to do a jump cut. I know, surprising. I actually want to get this all done in a single try, but Dusknoir sort of plays a sniper role. But he also covers Grovyle's weaknesses, I guess? Well, not really. His playstyle, his moveset is actually supposed to take down Grovyle. Will-O-Wisp is to stop him from using, well, Will-O-Wisp lowers his attack, which all Grovyle's moves are physical apart from Absorb. Shadow Sneak is a sniper, and Ice Punch is to be super effective. The only move with Dusknoir that isn't good against Grovyle is Shadow Punch, but I think his special effect doesn't. Well, it always hits. It's a move to guarantee that Dusknoir will hit if he gets up with, like, any accuracy lowering moves. It was also designed to take down a player character, as it would be the annoying moveset to deal with. Which is an interesting dynamic. You actually see how Dusknoir intended to take you down, while you see with Grovyle's moveset how he was going to take down Dialga if the time ever arisen. That's what I want to do. That's not good. I need to hit Onyx. And his Goopy. I guess what is interesting is that we didn't even have to go to Headland. Kind of shows that this future of darkness, the only land that exists is the hidden land of Temple Tower. Which makes you wonder, like what happened to Lapras? I'm guessing Lapras is stuck in time, but we never see her. Well, looks like Grovyle hasn't arrived yet. I want to report to Master Dialga. Grovyle? Well, Master Dusknoir. There's something I want to ask. So I bet you have to come with me. Hey, tell me. You're not only after me anymore. No stacking Dusknoir, right? What's the deal? That's... You're a Sableye. Will you not follow my orders? Bring this to mind. You know what happens when I'm displeased. I'll talk. We don't want to do it either, honestly. To attack Master Dusknoir? It's just... It's true. Please believe me. Then why did you attack? You were ordered to. We had no choice. By whom? Master Dusknoir's replacement. Master Dialga's new henchman. My replacement? A new henchman? Yes, that's Master Dialga's direct subordinate now instead of Master Dusknoir. The Pokemon I've selected is very resourceful. That Pokemon will become the final agent to be sent back to the past. Resourceful? The final agent sent to the past. Dusknoir. That was who ordered you, wasn't it? The new henchman ordered you to attack me? Yes. Master Dusknoir failed and is no longer needed. So we were told to eliminate him. We all disagreed and said we couldn't do that, but that's what the henchman commanded. The henchman said it wasn't his decision. It was an order from Master Dialga. Yeah. That fool, Master Dialga, eliminate me. Can you believe it? Something like that. Tell me, Sableye, the henchman, the new henchman, who is it anyway? That's what I can't say. Forgive me. No way. Say it. Tell me. I'm not telling. If I told you, I don't know what would happen to us. So please don't make me tell you that. Blast. Master Dialga wants me eliminated. Master Dialga. Me. Dusknoir. Grovyle, I know what you're thinking right now. You think me pathetic. Me. Laugh. Go ahead and laugh. Betrayed. Thrown aside. Therefore, do what you like. It doesn't matter to me, Dusknoir. What I'm only concerned about is that new henchman. It was also Pokemon as a final agent. What kind of Pokemon is this henchman anyway? I've got a bad feeling about this. We should really hurry to Temple Tower. The only way left for me to go is... I've got no choice but to go to Temple Tower. Whether Master Dialga really said to eliminate me or not. I can't be sure either way. I have to go to Temple Tower too. I have to know Master Dialga's true intentions. Let's go. For now, finding alongside him is reassuring. However, Dusknoir still looks up to Dialga. That hasn't changed. Now when we meet Dialga at Temple Tower, Dusknoir will probably side with him. Then I have to take on Dialga and Dusknoir by myself. Well, not just them. There's also Dialga's new henchman. So I'll have to fight 3 enemies. Can I do that? All his opponents? By myself? Well, Swan, aren't you going? When that time comes, I'll be ready. I decided to go. I'm just getting myself psyched up. Let's go. This bit always got me. Oh yeah. We're at Temple Tower now, we're here. This is the entrance to Temple Tower. Temple Tower, huh? Now that you mention it, in the past, Mars and Aquos are also climbing up Temple Tower, I expect. Mars, Aquos, do your best. I believe in you. The rest is up to you. In this world, I'll do everything I can. Together, for the future. Right, let's save once again. But yeah, this bit used to always get me a bit about the henchman. I always assumed it was actually my character. Oh, hold up, let's actually talk to Dusknoir. I haven't been here in a while either. Now I need to find Master Dialga and ask what his true intentions are. We used to always think that this was an evil timeline. It's not the main character, don't worry. It's not the partner either. It's just something cool to think about. Now, Temple Tower has changed quite a bit, as you can see. Got grayscale. But it's actually a shorter dungeon as well, because the special episode it can fit the whole 20 plus floor dungeon, plus a checkpoint. It's just fine. It'd be too much for a special episode. Like this episode had to get its own cartridge just for that alone. So they shortened it quite a bit because it has collapsed in this timeline. Like this timeline, Temple Tower has already crumbled, so it's lost a lot of structural integrity. So if I'm correct, there are less floors. I don't remember if I'm right or not. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's only like 10 floors though in this version. Oh, nice Dusknoir. And Leaf Blade. There are also weaker Pokemon here because obviously this is some years in the future, so different Pokemon had to inhabit it. Like Claydol, Drowsy and all that. So it's not going to be the same Pokemon that you always see. But it's interesting. Oh, stamp. There we go. And there's, I guess, one thing I could talk about. There are 4 Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Well, there's technically a lot more than that. If you consider different versions, there's Red and Blue Rescue Team. I suppose the Time Doctor's Guide or 2 of them are the same. But in Super Mystery Dungeons, actually a reference to Explorers of Time, which I'll get to when we get to that point. But the Grovyle we are playing as does make an appearance in that game. Oh god, this isn't good, this isn't good. Thank you, Grovyle. But in Super Mystery Dungeon, the goal is to go around and save constant Pokemon, but you do actually save this Grovyle in Super Mystery Dungeon, which is really cool. And he joins your team and all that. Leaf Blade needs to hit. Now we are in a condition where Mio does no things, and it's a fail. Well, it's not a fail, but you're KO. But I'm gonna try and be as careful as possible. Oh, snap. I made a mistake. Chuck. Now, is there a special episode to use a Phenom? Like a TM on? Then you can use it here on Grovyle. You can learn X-Scissor, which is pretty handy. I just like the canonical moveset Grovyle has, so I'm not going to personally use it here. Because again, it's designed to take out Dialga. Uh-oh. There you go. And go for here. The reason I'm not doing jump cuts in this, because I actually want to show this entirely. Ooh, Stamina Band, hello. Fantastic item to just have on the leader in general. It is time for that. And now we're at the halfway point. Yeah, I've been jump cutting through all the other episodes. Once to Pinnacle. And now, that's where Master Dialga is. In Grovyle, once we arrive at the Pinnacle, should plan on fighting right away. I don't know if it will be right away or not. If I'm going to catch a whip of trouble, I'm going to move it immediately to handle it. But before that, could you give me a little time to talk to Dialga? I want to know Master Dialga's true intentions. No way. If you talk to Dialga, he'll probably begin to side of him. Besides, new hedge will likely be there as well. And it'll be 3-on-1. The chance of me winning is slim to none. I don't plan on making friends with this new henchman. Fine. I won't fight by your side on the Pinnacle. After you fight Master Dialga and once you're defeated, I'll ask Master Dialga. Do whatever you want. Yeah, I've been cutting for all these. Like just the saving process and that. I just think it's best to try and do this in one shot. Well, I've been doing it all in one shot, but I just feel like it has more impact if I can do it. If I can do it without having to do a jump cut. May as well be sneaky about that. Oh yeah, we're dealing with Dittos. Well, they usually just transform into enemies, so even if it's another Grove, well, they transform to a Pokemon on the floor, so there could be another Grovyle. It's the exact same moveset. Or it could be this Claydol, for example, which probably is Claydol. Yep, they actually don't take type effectiveness. They still count as a normal type. So it's kind of like Zora's Illusion before Illusion. Pretty cool that. Ooh, Luminous Sword. Luminous Sword, pretty handy. Well now, that ain't good. If it had to fulfilled for Hold Orb. Uh-oh. Right, dig. Take him out. Now, Bronzor could have levitate. Yeah. Don't have hit abilities, so yeah. I'm gonna use Leaf Blade. Shoot. Quick attack. Leaf Blade. Now, I don't technically need to fight these guys, I just want to. Because we had to throw a hold off, so may as well get the XP from that. That's not what you're doing. Blade. Shred him. Right, get back here. Did that Leaf Blade? Another Leaf Blade. Once more. We had declared Porygon anyways, so, you know, does what it does. Oh, you want to heal then? Too bad. And dig. Leaf Blade. Didn't take him out. But there's no real reason to level up. You're actually high level enough to just take care. I went to one move. Yep, went to one move. You're technically high level enough to take on Dialga. I believe he's level 50 in this actually. Whereas in the actual campaign for the first time, he's level 30-ish. Something like that. Doesn't matter what it was in the original, though, we one-shot him. Like, just absolutely decimate him, because... Fine. Valseed... Oh, not Valseed, what's the name of it again? Denim? I completely forgot. So let's go to the Sun Scope to Dusknoir. I can't remember the name of the name. Oh, Violent Seed. That's what it was. Like, it's just a fantastic item. Yeah, I'll be honest about something. When I used it in the original fight, that was the first time I ever used it against Dialga. And pulled it off successfully. Because we didn't actually get to see it. Oh. Absorb. But Dialga has a screen you can attack. Actually, we did see it. Yeah, we did. We actually survived it. Dialga has war time. It hits every enemy in the room for high damage, but you have to recharge after it. Usually that would one-shot most teams. Especially if you don't use vitamins or that often. That's why Explosive Time and Darkness was so tough, because you never got vitamins as often in that game. You deal with Dusknoir. Does anyone know? Just on power points in general. I use Quick Attack. Shadow Punch. Then I just bonk. Yeah, I just absorb. Hoping for a Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I was hoping for Dusknoir to be a bit cheeky. Dusknoir is a bit weird. Oh, nope. Well, I can still throw stuff. And Dusknoir can hit around corners because he's a ghost type. I guess I never shown out ghost types. They can use physical moves around a corner. Right, I'm so... Not good, not good, not good. Yeah, you can see Dusknoir can hit around corners with his IQ skill and being a ghost type, which is really good. Cannot argue with it. Food I went bad, that's great. Obviously sarcasm. You don't need items to be ruined. Yeah, second, like, Temple Spire is also 10 floors, I believe. Cool, no, Petrify Orb. We are very likely to encounter monster houses in here. That's the name of Temple, well, not the name of Temple Tower, but that's how Temple Tower works. Yeah, bring out all the stops. I'll just grab that. Now, a cool setup for Dusknoir just in the game's Boss and Mystery Dungeon. If you do get all the punch TMs, Dusknoir is a fantastic candidate for them. Just to make him a punch user, essentially. Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Shadow Punch. And he'll be able to hit around, and Dusknoir will be able to hit around corners in that. Like, honestly, if you want the best ghost type to use in the Explorers, in Mystery Dungeon Explorers, Dusknoir's pretty high up there. Alright, we made it through the dungeon. What you see over there is the pinnacle Grovyle. Got it. Let's go. Nobody's here, huh? That's very strange. Master Dialga is always over there. Why isn't Dialga there now? Sableye said Dialga would send the final agent. But to send another agent back to the past, I expect it would take an enormous amount of power. To generate that kind of power, Dialga would have to hold still for some time. I thought he was in Temple Tower. Your guess is correct. I thought so too. Thought so. That should be right. However, if he's going to send an agent back to the past, there's another method. Back to the past? Another method? That's right. If you need to send the agent through time, well, you should know what method I'm talking about. I should know that method? No. It can't be. The passage of time? Yes, the passage of time. Rather than waiting for Master Dialga to regenerate, they will most likely look for Celebi and use the passage of time to send the agent back to the past. I'm sure of it. Master Dialga probably left here to catch Celebi. Dialga left to catch Celebi? But I don't think it'll be that easy to catch her. If it was just a Sableye, you'd be right. However, it is a different story if Master Dialga himself went to catch her. And their new henchman. I'm worried about the ability. Dusk Forest. I always met Celebi in Dusk Forest. I gotta say Celebi. Celebi. Grovyle. No matter what, she's up against Dialga. But we're most likely already too late. Shut up, Dusknoir. She wouldn't be caught that easily. That's right. Celebi's not weak, but as Dusknoir said, she's up against Primal Dialga. And the resourceful new henchman too. The last time I fought Dusknoir in Deep Dusk Forest, we weren't too far from here. I think Celebi would be on the lookout and would have left her by now. Celebi. Celebi. I'm begging you. Keep yourself safe. It's probably too late. I've got nothing to do if whatever happens to Celebi. Yeah, repeat for Dusk Forest. Which we will just go to as normal. Now, one thing I guess you could argue with. Obviously, me and Grovyle, well, Grovyle and I, we obviously used this passage of time before. I ended up at the beach. The second time, we ended up at the beach. Nothing's really stopping this new henchman from going to the passage of time, but chances are they will go to the beach. And without Lapras, they can't go to Temple Tower. They know where it is, but they have to send someone that can also swim to the island. So it's not a perfect plan. Obviously, this new henchman could just be a water type, or it could be Lapras herself. That'd actually be kind of a cool twist. But it's not Lapras. The henchman is someone we've never met. Oh, great. Joy, I'm asleep. Yay. Oh, snap. Salamence, that's not good. Yeah, Dusk Forest has changed a bit. Everything is stronger. Hey, level up. Hey, level 47, we learn a new move. We learn Detect. Ooh. It's a tough one, but I'm not going to learn it. It's a fantastic move. Detect is brilliant. It's just that Dig is already kind of Detect in its own regard. Like, it's just nothing I can't really find a reason for myself to take Detect, but if you get hit a lot, you can learn it. Like, if you're always in low health, you can use Detect if need be. I just don't think it has a spot where for me to use it. Oh, no. Hit down. Oh, no. Okay, Dussel's leveled up. Great. Oh, hold up, revive save. Let's use Faux Seal Orb. That's for hold up. We can keep that. Yeah, I think a Tyranitar just spawned on the fly. I think Tyranitar can spawn in Duskforce now. Quick attack. Leaf Blade. You could also say this is a good dungeon, well, good special episode to use a Joy Woman. I'm not going to, because if you lose a Joy Woman in a special episode, it hurts a bit more. Because at least you know you could load a save. Step. Let's just continue on. And this force I think it's the same amount of floors as it did before. I don't know how much that was. I want to say it was 10 to 15. Yeah, we're dealing with Dillos. The Dillos are there to... well, they're meant to act like Zoras in future games. It's just Transformers isn't that great in this game. For one particular reason, I don't think you actually get the health of the Pokemon you transform into. Dillo's HP stays the exact same as when you used to move. So it's not a great move. Oh, 7 floors down. Black Swamp. Is this a Grobal? The place you met Celebi? Yeah, that's right. It's quiet. Was she already captured? Was she already taken away? Maybe she said, or maybe she sensed danger and ran away from here. It's possible she hit them. Maybe she's still hiding somewhere nearby. Could be any one of those. There's something strange about the air here. Celebi? She probably left already. I knew it. But we went into the trap. Dusknoir, Dialga's new henchman. It's just as crafty and wicked as you are. I am Master Dialga's only henchman. I can't allow anyone to take my place. Here they come. And we have another boss fight. Hooray! Of course you cannot use orbs. Same as before, there's just 2 extra Sableye to deal with. And the one at the top and bottom have Detect, I believe. Ooh. I'm gonna use Absorb. I'm gonna have to trust Dusknoir to just do good. I shouldn't have trusted you. Yeah, unfortunately, Dusknoir is a bit of dead weight against the Sableye. That's the point, though. He's meant to be annoying. Like, he is actually there to take all your items. Even if that does not, I'm gonna bank it on me not getting hit that much. Or if I do get hit, I'm hoping I don't get killed, which I didn't. So now I can use Absorb. Get my health back to 200. What? How did I do over 200? Now Leaf Blade. And Shadow Sneak. Okay, one of my receivers lost. Probably don't want to lose any. Gwah. Wait. It's squishing me. Tell us, what happened to Celebi? Where's Dialga? Master Dialga went off in pursuit of Celebi to Frozen Island. Frozen Island? A solitary island to the south of here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Beat it. Frozen Island is in a different land. That's right. We'll have to move across space. How do we do that? Don't worry. If we follow the cliff south of here, the Porygon there will send us across space. Let's go. What is it? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my arms. I feel like I've regained the strength from my arms. How'd you mention it? Earlier when he was pushing around that Sableye, that incredible power. There's no mistaking it. Dusknoir's power is growing stronger than ever before. I wonder if his wounds have significantly healed. My strength is returning. And yeah, does someone add this where the Summon Sea actually is, if I remember correctly? This is the entrance to Spatial Cliffs. Once you pass through here, we'll come to the place where the Porygon live. Celebi and Dialga have already gone to Frozen Island. Let's hurry. Yep. It's gonna be a doozy. There's some Porygon ahead of here. Bet that the Porygon can get us to Frozen Island. Hey, let's go on. Oh snap. I pressed the wrong thing. It's fine now. I don't remember how many floors of dungeons. I want to say 10. Once again, but it could be 1. Now, Spatial Cliffs I think is a dungeon that you can actually access in the main game. Interesting. But it's called something different in the main game. I'm not entirely sure, because this is obviously near where the Southern Sea would be. So there's kind of like a floating island above Manaphy, essentially. Oh, Manaphy! Oh, hold up, actually, there's money there. Ow. Ow! Alright, let's go through here. But there's some pretty powerful Pokemon here too. I'm actually going to start choosing some orbs because we're not going to have any other time to use them, so I'm going to use Luminous. So we can see where the staircase is. Leaf Blade. We'll go with Port Orb. Yeah, orbs are going to take up a lot of room in the bag, so don't worry about keeping them. Hallmark Orb, I could use that, I guess. I'm going to try and avoid other Pokemon because takedown is mean when the enemy has it. Scanner orb, that's really good. Stop it. Yeah, there's gonna be poison traps everywhere. If you have a pet, just scarf equip it. Actually, do I have one? I do not. I use the trap orb. So now we can see there's a trap right there. Finally get to showcase what the trap orb does. There's only traps in the room now, it's not fantastic. Could have been better if it was for the entire floor. I think it got buffed in other games as well. Ooh. Well, there's no Keklan shops in here, there's just a ton of items up there. Because obviously Keklan shop isn't open in the future. So hold on. Deep blade. Continue on. Ooh. How dare you? Back to me with that. Yeah. Knockoff could be annoying for those, for just taking away your item like a stamina band or something. Take him out. I'm just gonna grab items because obviously after the special episode we're gonna have item centers. Ooh. Ah! Not good, not good, not good, not good. Petrify. Oh. Oh, beautiful. Now, Shedinja is a bit of an issue because we don't have any super effective moves, but there is still a trick that works before. Chuck a grapple walk or something and it'll do damage. Deep blade. Absorb. Actually, just use quick attack. And then bash. Because I don't think Dig would have hit it anyways. Then I'll use Dig. Then Dig again. Dig. Hit. And Dig, which probably won't do anything. Yep. Because to levitate, and Coffin also has levitate. There we go. This is why Petrify Orbs are fantastic. The reason I'm using them here, not in the action campaigns, because it's just gonna take up space. There are dungeons I will use off in terms of story, but I think in the main story we're in a hiatus point. Well, not hiatus point, but a point in the story where we just literally do missions and that, which I had to figure out. And to figure that out, I'll just play, and then once I figure out how many missions I have to go through, I'll get the exact point. Oh, payback is not good. Oh, hold on, give me that. Woo, spatial cliffs. Escape orb, you don't need an escape orb. Because if you escape from the dungeon, it's just not going to be worth it. Let's see. Guess I could go for a quick orb. But I'm not going to grab that orb because we don't really need it. Absorb. Oh no. No. Okay, I'm dodging. No, Mac orb? Pretty good. Alright, we made it through the dungeon. Ah, Master Dustnor. It's been a while. The reason I've come here, I bet you can guess of what I am going to request. That's difficult. We've been held back by Sableye. And behind you, Master Dusknoir is... Are you saying you won't listen to me? We'll do it, we'll do it. This way, please. Well, we'll transmit you to Frozen Island. Don't move. This is Frozen Island. Before time stopped, it was called Blizzard Island. Now the water's plunged to darkness. It's much more severe. It's become closed off. Yeah, this is where we found Scizor. So, where do we go then? What was that? It's the Snowrunt. I believe they live around here. Gigi. Hey, wait up a moment. Gigi. I have something I want to ask. I think we would have noticed if anyone other than us came through here recently. Did you see anyone? Gigi? 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 If you notice anyone, anything at all, please tell me. It's really important. Gigi? Gigi? Did you understand any of that? Gigi? 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 Yeah. Bah. They're no help. They're just teasing me. The attitudes of the Pokemon live in this world of darkness are a bit warped. Grovyle, I suspect you know better than anyone else. I know I don't really know where it would be best to go. However, I believe we follow the path that lies ahead of here. It would be best. I suspect the Sableye will have laid other traps, so we should proceed with caution. Yeah, I see. However, the ones we met, if we see them again. However, there's no one that could tease him like that. This guy, sometimes he could be so innocent. No. That's why his heart's not influenced by the power of darkness. We should probably follow this road to see where it leads. I suspect the Sableye are still laying traps, so we should proceed with caution. Alright, let's save. And we'll continue on. This is actually like half 12 at night, but I want to get this done in one sitting. Oranberry Trap Bus Door. That's pretty good. Yeah. We'll use it. It didn't hit anything, but you may as well just use the Trap Bus Door up the second you get it. Yeah, this is obviously where we found Scizor. Which, we're not going to see any signs if Scizor is alive or not. Because obviously, the future is still the way it is, so we haven't... So me and Knuckles clearly haven't defeated the Dialga just yet, despite how fast we got just through Temple Tower. And took out the Dialga in one shot. We just don't have a definitive answer as to whether we did that or not. So, in this scenario, like obviously Scizor hasn't been saved, so in this future Scizor either remained frozen and was either eaten by Glalie and Snowrunt, because that's what Glalie and Snowrunt do, they freeze their prey and eat them. Same with fossils, I think, as well. So either Scizor suffered a slow, painful death, or he fought out, but was swiftly defeated by someone else on the island. So obviously in this dark future, Scizor did not survive. He could have fought out and escaped. There's just no answer as to what actually happened to him. Personally, I think Scizor probably got trapped in this ice and snow that much. He was actually covered up. Okay, you want to play Sniper? Come on now. But I think the snow and ice covered him that much that he was eventually just never discovered again. Forever stuck in a cryogenic prison. It's handy to think about, but that's the darkest I can think of for the Mystery Dungeon games. Like he was just never saved. Scan up. I could have actually used a scanner while thinking about it, but I'll not. Because my goal is actually just to get through the dungeon. That's my main goal. Because I don't want to be here longer than I have to be. Does smoke? Yep. Where are you going? Get back here. He's trying to sabotage by the looks of it. Ooh, a virus seed. Grab as many viruses as you possibly can. What I'll do is I'll eat the apple. Alright, get out of here. Bash. No, this ain't good, this ain't good. There we are. Well, I guess another way to look at Sizzle's situation is that he was eventually, like, he fought out, but he was corrupted by darkness. So I guess Sizzle could be a sort of vigilante in the dark future, and we never even see him. Do I have a roll call up? No, but I can see where everything is. Dustno, you better be careful. Quick attack. Quick attack again. Then leaf blade. Let's go with absorb. I'll just need to chuck that. Not a fantastic situation, gonna be honest. Chuck. Chuck. This Kami is hard targeting me. But we can escape. Whew. Ah, yeah. Quick attack. From me. Guess I should use arms a bit more. Person band. Well, person band might be worth it, but I'm not going to get it. Because we don't have too many dungeons to go. Spoilers! But this is the longest set of specials, but obviously it's shortened down a bit. Nice! Oh, mark code, we can use that. Get some speed going so the enemies can't do much. They need to deal with us getting away. Shoot. I just don't want to deal with Matai at this point. There we go. We've climbed pretty far. We'll reach peak soon, it seems. Yes. However, I don't know what lies ahead of us. Be prepared. Remain cautious. And we'll save. And continue on. And great, nothing there. And I guess, like, I know I'm scrounging about trying to find some stuff to talk about when I said I wanted to save my voice. An interesting tidbit, I guess. I don't remember if I ever said or not. But one question that is really asked in this game particularly is, me and Grovyle are from the future. I'm a human, the only human in the future apparently. They end up in a mystery dungeon world, somehow. But my biggest question is, how can I talk to Pokemon in the future? Now, there are a couple of ways you can go about it. You could say that my character is the one that's reading out stuff in the cutscene, like back at the forest when he said, yes, you must place the heart in the ground statue. Good work, Pondit. You could take that as my character speaking to Grovyle just gestures something. Personally, two ways I like to go about it is that even if the bond is that strong, all the mystery dungeon rules don't apply exactly to the Pokemon world. But I do like to think that because my character became a Pokemon, he understood the flashbacks. Because he'd be hearing a Pokemon's voice at that point. It's an interesting way for me to look at it. Of course, not something that should be went into. But it's just an interesting thing that I like. Just something to think about. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, if he is a ghost trap, he's gone. He's not coming back. Oh, it's money back though. Eh. Leaf Blade. I really should start using the Iron Force that bit more. Well, there we go. I was going to use the Luminosauce or something. But there's no reason to. It seems like this is the pinnacle. It looks like the trail heads down a mountain from here. It should be much easier. Grovyle, look out above you. What? Dusknoir, you protected me? Why'd you protect me? Ugh. Are you alright? Never mind that. Look out, they're coming. Googie. These guys, clearly, they had the power to do whatever they wish with ice, but Googie, go. But look at them, they seem to be influenced by the darkness and they've lost themselves, so that they became more vicious. We're gonna have to try to take these guys. Don't believe there were only these guys, Grovyle. What? What? He's a Mamoswine. I'm on ice types. Mamoswine is said to be the strongest Pokemon. Here they come. Yeah, we have a bit of a tougher boss fight. As for how you sort this out, taking out the Glalie is the best thing you could do. But Mamoswine is going to be tough no matter what. I recommend actually say Will-O-Wisp on everything. Well, Will-O-Wisp with Dusknoir. Because physical damage is mean. Leaf Blade, please. There we go, that's it. Dusknoir's been hit or something. I'm going to throw a Todder Seed. And then I'm going to choose an Oran Berry on Dusknoir. Dusknoir's not using Will-O-Wisp because... Why is he not using it? He has no reason to not use it. fine, Dusknoir. Oh, wait. Well, my will strat ain't gonna work exactly. Especially in that case. I should have used Absorb. Absorb. Got my health back. Excellent. Oh snap. Powder Snow will hit everything on screen. Not great to have that. Quick attack. In fact, don't set Ice Punch. Just Shadow Sneak and Shadow Punch will be good enough. Dusknoir, you can have an Oran Berry because he's going to be ganged up on. Nice. And then quick attack. Oran Berry on Dusknoir. Keep him alive. He's kind of a tank in this fight. He's pretty good in terms of tankiness. And quick attack. And Shadow Punch. Finally Absorb. Can be a pretty tough fight, not gonna lie. Go, go. Stop mentioning a really cool Yu-Gi-Oh card. Bro. Looks like we've driven him away. Gah. I think I was injured by a chunk of ice. Dusknoir. I think it would be smart if we head for now. There's a crack in our bridge over there. Let's go. And we'll save. First time in Special, so you actually had to save. Well, you get the option to save. And it's like a chapter end sort of scenario. I think this should be fine. Even Disabling Company won't find us. Let's rest a while. We'll head out again after a short time. Grovyle, I've noticed his amazing judgment and leadership ability. When he was working with Mars and Akros, he made it through a lot of tough situations. However, his strength and endurance. He has a strong will and doesn't believe in failure. I wonder where all that came from. By the way, that time, when that chunk of ice body started to my head, don't tell me you were trying to protect me. It's a misunderstanding, Grovyle. Let's get this straight. I really despise you. I really didn't want to help you in any way. Still, I protected you, because I believe I need your strength right now, to take on that new henchman. Are you saying I should help you? To take down a new henchman, that is? The new henchman is the final agent. Even if I had asked you, you were going to challenge me anyway, weren't you? In order to take on a new henchman, you and I should team up. Depending on the situation, we may need to defeat Master Dialga as well. That situation would be ideal for you, I believe. How are your wounds from that chunk of ice? They're nothing to worry about. And compared to earlier, I appear to have regained much of my strength. The damage I received from fighting you before is much more intense, even now. If you can come up with a load of complaints like that, you must be fine. We'll head out in a little while. But first, something I wanted to ask. What is it? Grovyle, why do you fight so hard like this? Before you said it was for the future. You said you fight for a new life. But if you do, you'll disappear. Your existence will end. For me, it's sort of vain. I cannot bear the idea. To make myself disappear? I will not allow it. With all that said, why do you fight so hard for such a goal? Dusknoir, I understand that you don't want to disappear. But me? This is what I think. Even if I were to disappear, I wouldn't truly disappear. What? Everything is eventually. Even if history is not changed, even if the world of darkness continues in its current state, eventually the day will come when I won't be here anymore. Since that's the case, the timing of it doesn't matter. The important thing is not how long you live, it's what you accomplish with your life. With your life? What you accomplish. While I live, I want to shine. I want to prove that I exist. If I could do something really important, that would definitely carry on into the future. No, not just into the future. In Mars' and Aquas's future too. My spirit has become part of them, I believe. In them, my spirit is alive. And that spirit could be passed along to others. And so, if I were to disappear, I think all I have accomplished will go on. That would mean that it's living, right? Even if I disappear, I still live on. My spirit is alive? We've rested enough. Shall we go? I love that bit so much. Just the heart to heart between Groa and Dusknoir. That's why I love the chapter so much. It's definitely my favourite out of all the special episodes. They're all great. But the Future Darkness is definitely my favourite. It has much more to these characters than the others did. The nice pillars stand out in places. At the top of those pillars, there's something placed there. The crackling of electricity. This is a strange place. Gigi. Who is it? Relax. He's different from the ones you've encountered before. I know. I wasn't looking for revenge or anything. I wanted to talk to him. Issues just to talk. You'll just end up with another painful experience. But there's no trail, so we have no other way. Hey, you. You? Wait, don't run away. I just want to talk. You? If you know, please tell me. Before us, did anyone come through here? Oh, them. Yeah, I saw them. A bunch of scared-looking Pokemon went through here in a group. They were Sableye, I think. Is that true? Where did they go? They went that way. They went into Icicle Forest. Did you see only Sableye? No, it wasn't just Sableye. I should mention it. Sableye were carrying a Pokemon. It was pink and very pretty, that Pokemon. Celebi. Celebi's already been captured. Any other Pokemon? I believe there should have been a Pokemon that looked much stronger than Sableye with them. Let me see. What? The pillar's electricity has gotten pretty intense. Oh, hey. Looks like it's calmed down. Hey, what's with him all of a sudden? At any rate, Celebi and Sableye should be up ahead. I couldn't get Snow to confirm it, but there's a good chance that Master Dialga and his new henchman will be there. Yeah, that was our first clue. We won't let him get away. Focus and let's go. And we just had a save, so I'm just going to continue on. Icicle Forest! You guys can probably guess what it's full of. Yeah, it's gonna be tough! Woo! Tortoise Seed, Iron Form. Pretty nice. But we have our objective. Well, we have our objective. We have to find and save Celebi because she's been captured. We need her to make sure no one can go to her past. My quick attack. Boom. Absorb. Got my health back. He can use Shadow Sneak. Fantastic. Leaf Blade. And Bash. Quick Attack. Dig. Level up. Very nice. I believe it's over Luminous Orb, which I'm going to use. If the staircase will stop spawning right on top of me. No, Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind is the scariest ghost type move in this game. It can raise everyone's stats, hits the entire room. And it can boost teammates as well. If Drip in a monster house, you're basically done for if you can't kill it in one turn. It's terrifying. Absorb. What a blind that? Sea Trap. Sea Trap's alright. I guess I'll use it. This dungeon, I believe, is another 10th floor, I think? That's not good. Go Leaf Blade on you. Leaf Blade on you. Excellent. Don't need max elixir. I think it's a 10th floor. I think there is one floor. Don't you dare. This is where Ominous Wind is worrying. It will most likely waste someone's stats. It's not the last one we've seen either. Yeah, I'm just gone. Triple Absorb I want to watch out for. Just because of Aftermath and Ominous Wind and anything else. I'll say, ooh, I see, I don't know. Let's swap the Plain Seed. Now, Tortoise Seed could be great. I'm just not going to grab it because I don't think I'll actually have a use for it. Just hoping for an Ice Punch. Well, Dustin's living up to his name of sabotaging us by taking all our viruses. Looks like he made it through. I think disable air up ahead. Let's proceed with caution. And another save. This is looks like the deepest part of this ice-covered forest. Over there, I can see a remarkably large ice pillar. There's a mysterious feeling in the air. Is that? Egad! Grover, look! Over there, just past those 4 huge pillars. Can you see anything? Yes, I can. Looks like someone's lying there unconscious. Come on. Ah, that is... Celebi! Celebi, can you hear me? It's me, it's Groval. Is someone holding you back? There's an Arkeystone nearby. That means... Spiritomb. Hee hee! Spiritomb, you? Why have you done this to Celebi? You're on! You're on! This was not our doing. Don't lie. Explain why Celebi is like this. You've done this to me before, so I know it's you. Besides, If you didn't do it to Celebi, then who else could have? What is the sensation? Why? I don't understand why. Every nerve in my body is bristling. This is a bad sign. My instincts are screaming out that something's very wrong. But where is this feeling coming from? You're wrong. Please believe us. What's it trying to tell me? This overpowered sense of dread. What do I fail to understand? What am I wrong about? Grover. Celebi, you're awake. You sure picked a strange time to wake up. If he lets you flee, let Celebi go, Spiritomb. If you won't let her go, I'll knock you out. Don't make me use force. Don't come near. Ah. Yeah, we did it. My strength. I'm losing my strength. This is... we can go now, right? Well done here, so we'll just be on our way. But behind Groval is... Dusknoir, we can go, right? What are you saying? Get hold of yourself, Spiritomb. Remain with us a little longer. Where? Yeah. Dusknoir, you. What's going on? Listen, Groval, Master Dialga's new henchman. From the start, it was never revealed. What? Everything has gone according to my plan. This icicle forest is a special place. If you're hit by the electrical discharge of these ice pillars, your spirit will be melted away. It was surprisingly easy to get you to stand in the center of these 4 pillars. That's where the power is the most concentrated. My spirit will be melted away? My plan, elegant and beautiful and useful, is this. Groval, I lured you here for this purpose. After your spirit has been melted away, I will use your body, and in your place, I will return to the past. What? If Groval goes back to the past, Mars Akros will be so incredibly happy, don't you agree? They won't be the slightest bit suspicious. They will accept you as their friend. Sadly, 2 innocents will be unaware of one flaw in their happiness. The body will be Groval's, but the consciousness will be me. Everything we've done has been in preparation for this. The new agent, in fact, Groval, it's you. No, does not. This can't be real. I mean, when did you plan? Even I returned to this world from the past. There wasn't any time when you could have told this plan to Sableye. So how'd you... No, there was time. That time. When we returned to this world and saw the Sableye for the first time. Dusknoir was still unconscious then. I thought it was the first of us to wake up. That was incorrect. It was the other way around. Dusknoir gained consciousness before I did. So he woke up first and talked to Sableye. This plan of his. It's taken you long enough to catch on, Groval. Groval. You've been in my way the entire time, and now your time is up. And when I inhabit your empty shell and return to the past, it will be child's play to take down Mars and Akros. Give up now and let your spirit be melted away. Oh, was I too trusting? I thought I could, but I believed you. That's right, Groval. The weak point is that you're too kind. I've said it before, allow me to repeat it for emphasis. I really despise you. Even when I shielded you, it was simply according to plan. You coward. You can babble whatever you like. In the end, you have lost. You lost because you trusted me. No, I don't believe that. I wasn't wrong. I still trust you. Do my ears deceive me? You say that even after all I've done, you still have trust in me? Yes. Despite that, I know what's in your heart, Dusknoir. We had a moment of understanding. Then, we had nothing of the kind. Ah, yeah. I'm sure it sure can be. While we were on our adventure, when we were pressing on through the dungeons, surmounting all challenges, while you were behind me, at some point, I sensed that your feelings of hatred vanished. What are you saying? That's impossible. I meant what I said. I despise you. That's all you sensed. I ask you to remember more carefully. It's not just something I sensed. I'm very cautious. And even with caution in place, while we were on this adventure together, I decided to trust you. Because I could sense your spirit. A spirit of loyalty. I could clearly sense your spirit. Your shining spirit. Shining? My spirit? Mine? You place royalty to Primal Dialga, so you're trying to protect this world of darkness. But that just comes from the desire not to disappear. But really, for you most of all, is that enough? To survive like this, here? Is there any honest happiness in that for you? The meaning of life? Think of what it truly means to live, Dusknoir. What it truly means to live. My meaning. Even if I disappear, my spirit is alive. Please remember, Dusknoir, what I sensed in the dungeon that time, your shining spirit. My spirit. There's nothing shines like that. You're deluding yourself. Master Dusknoir, are you alright? Shut up. Yeah. Has my spirit become a part of others' minds? Then Groval's existence? Only it's too late now. Master Dusknoir. Sableye. It's the same for you. Haven't you ever thought of the future or a new life? Giving in the Primal Dialga and living your whole life in darkness? Is that truly what you want? Sableye, what does your heart tell you? Your sense of self-respect. Where has it gone? Where? It's electric. The electrical discharge is getting stronger. Can't hold on. My strength is drained away. It just goes on. Groval can't. Spirit him. You can't let this happen. You can move, can't you? Do something. It's no good. My vision is going white. My spirit is going to melt away. My consciousness My consciousness is fading. My consciousness. My spirit. Finally. Fading. Dusknoir. Master Dusknoir. Master Dusknoir. Whiskey Grovyle. This is... Grovyle, you alright? Barely. Dusknoir, you saved me. Where? Master Dialga. Master Dusknoir. Master Dusknoir. Master Dusknoir. We must protect him. Let's go. Wait. You need to move. My body, it won't do what I tell it to. My paralysis is gone. Dialga! Stop. Don't, Celebi. What? What's that? Remember why Death's called Underwater? The wind has started blowing. Up in the sky there's underwater. That means the sun, the air has started to move. The paralyzed planet has started to move again. Could it be? History has finally changed? You did it, Mars. Akros. Dialga. Our Dialga has become more ferocious. Master Dusknoir. Don't worry, I'm fine. It's more important to follow Master Dialga. The rest of you, take care of Grovyle and Celebi. Hurry. And it appears that right now, me and Akros have just inserted the time gears. Did he really go this way? Yes, there's no mistaking it. Master Dialga was developed in this light, and he vanished in the direction of this awesomely vast mountain. It's hopeless. What's wrong, Celebi? At the pinnacle of this mountain, there's a passage of time. You know what's strange? Even though I was caught, I never said where the passage of time was. Master Dialga went into even more of a rampage. He's no longer acting rationally. Maybe his instinct, pressed by his increased ferociousness, made him head for the passage of time. If Dialga would have hit the passage of time while he's not in his right mind, what would happen? Dusknoir, if that occurs, now the world has finally started to move. I don't know what would happen. We need to stop him quickly. The light has gone much brighter, huh? The sun is rising. Dawn is near. It took a long time to recover. From here on, Grovyle and I, and Celebi, will move as a group of 3. We need to fight as hard as we possibly can to stop Master Dialga. But, on the other hand, We'll be far less mobile if we bring a Sableye along. If not in time, then that's the end. Understood. Alright, let's prepare and then let's go. Master Dusknoir? Grovyle, Celebi 2. What is it? We're ready too. For the future, Master Dialga needs to come to his senses. Yes, I understand. This is the final fight. We must bring Master Dialga back to his senses. That's right. This is what he's been fighting for all this time. Just a little more. Huh? What was that? Don't tell me. Don't tell me this is... Huh? Grovyle, what's wrong? No, there's nothing. Mars, just a little more. Everything we've done so far, just a little more and we can achieve our goals. Until the end where I disappear, lend me your strength, Mars. Well, it's time for Grovyle's last adventure. It's painful to say that. It is so painful to say that. As for how I'm going to prepare, I'm going to grab a whole ton of stuff. I'm going to keep a Petrify Orb just in case. I'll actually keep 2 just in case. But I'm going to put everything else away except for a couple of Orbeez. We could use a couple on. Some gummies. Keep that, and the stamina bank can go. It is time to be prepared. That's what I'm going to bring. I feel like Sky Blue Bow actually suits Grovyle to a T. I'm not going to take a special band. Let's give that to Grovyle. Give that to Celebi. Check storage. Oh, take. Now you can actually take your items. If you have a Grovyle item, you can take that with you. I think I traded mine out though. Actually, Subtile Claws there. Boost attack. We'll take that with us actually. Might as well. And Trigger Horn is also similar to that. Now, I want to find a couple things. Primarily, I want to find... Well, let's take 2 extra Virus Seeds with us. I wanted to get a Stun Seed. I don't think I have a Violence Seed, unfortunately. But we could take a Vile Seed. That'll do the exact same thing. I'm going to save. Can't believe it's nearly over. But yeah, Celebi's on our team now as well. Celebi's moves. Heal Bell. Heals all stats problems. Not that good. Recover. Magical Leaf and Ancient Power. Same moveset as when we first met her. Celebi, I never thought you'd be caught like this. I didn't imagine I'd get caught either. I really didn't think Dialga himself would come after me. Anyway, I didn't think you'd be coming back to this world, Grovyle. I thought you'd failed again, you know. But I got to see you again. I'm so happy. I saw it, Grovyle. The light that emanated from your body earlier. Tell me, was that the sign of her about to disappear? I know. I should have known. I guess there isn't much time left for us, huh? But the shorter time is, the brighter the radiance becomes. Anyway, all we can do is live life to the fullest within our limited time. Once you're ready, let's go. Please, Grovyle. Please help Master Dialga come back to his senses. I'm growing tired of this world of darkness too. If you could change it, you could bring a better future. Can we still talk to us? Yeah, we can. Way to accept what will happen to us. Please, Grovyle. Stop Master Dialga. What future? I've had to decide to change the world for some time now, but it's hard to be brave. Time for the last dungeon. We have to stop Dialga from doing anything for a passage of time. Because Dialga could just use it. No, Snap. No. Dialga could literally just use the passage of time to do damage to me and Piplup. He can't stop us from changing the future, but he can try to do something far worse. and going back to earlier before we go about trying anything. Now, I don't need to grab items, to be honest. I should have heard Celebi use Heal Bell. I could have forced Celebi to use it, which would have been far better. But Celebi, I don't think Celebi's good. Learn a new move in this dungeon. I think the next move Celebi can learn is maybe Psychic? And I think that's 50-ish? I'm not entirely sure. Why did I do that? As meant to use Quick Attack. We'll do everything we can to stop Dialga. Get over here, Smoochum. Yeah, they're gonna try and perish on. Unlike the actual games, Perish-on is a guaranteed KO. How does it work? Well, you get hit by it, and you're hit by the status effect. Then after a couple turns, you faint, even if you KO the Pokemon. So to compensate, it's incredibly low accuracy. And it can be negated by going to the thing. By going to the next floor and all that. But yeah, you don't want to deal with it. Like, if you can try and avoid Perish-on, then do. Leaf Blade. Now, I am taking chances with Dusknoir, just helping out in general. And that's because I don't remember how many floors this is. And Celebi's mostly going to act as sort of cover in the back. Like, Celebi's going to play the supporter role. There's just no way around it. Leaf Blade. Do that. Absorb. I do a couple extra viruses with me just in case. If I'm lucky enough, I shouldn't need it. But you never know what this game's gonna throw at you. That's why I took a couple spares. Think of it as me letting my strength to go about like he asked. Because that makes things far better in that regard. Dig. Absorb. Not good, not good, not good, not good. If Absorb hit the first time, I think I would have lived, just barely. Oh yeah, Celebi can restore stats normal heal, but I forgot about that. Yeah, Celebi acts as a supporter sniper sort of class. Pretty handy. Deep Blade. I believe it's a 10 floor dungeon, might be 15, might be 20. I'm trying to think about it, it might be 20. I think it's the only dungeon in a special episode that is 20 floors, and it's like that because it's meant to be climactic. I could be wrong. But we'll find out. Actually, let's take one more step up. Quick attack. Beautiful. Snap. Let's use a decoy orb because that Absol can't attack. Decoy is pretty good with a status condition. Stop saying people playing, so let me waste their evasiveness. I say take advantage, but nearly 2 hours on this. Celebi, we've climbed pretty far. Where is this? Is it much farther to reach the pinnacle? No, not at all. The pinnacle is only a little farther. I've been thinking about what could have happened since we haven't seen Dialga so far. Right, I think he may have reached the pinnacle already. That's sorry. Well, it's about to hit half 1 in the morning. Look how long this campaign was. However, the reason I'm recording this late is because I want to get as little interruption as possible. Yeah, so much that didn't make because I still hear people buying about. They're just doing whatever. Well, just to make sure. Poison spikes again! Quick attack. No traps in here. Thank you, Celebi. Dusknoir, you have no reason to sabotage anymore. I'd like to ask that you don't. Hey, come on. Unfortunately, all I see to be Dusknoir. He does still refer to Dialga as Master, so yeah. He's not going to betray us anymore, don't worry. I should say I never guess any better. Oh, step. No. Leaf Blade. Nice. Quick attack. Leaf Blade. I think I might know where the stairs are. You take care of him, Dusknoir. How's one? I thought it would be in the middle. Would have been just ironic. But I think we have one more floor to go now. The staircase, I'm taking a guess, is up top somewhere. Don't know, it's a weird state, like sometimes you just see how a floor is generated and you seem to have an idea in your head of where the staircase is. It's like that for me. But I was wrong, so yeah. Clearly I haven't relearned the pattern. Celebi, you can at least attack. There you go. Okay, what's a 5 floors? I think it's 10. That might be why I thought of this 20 floor dungeon. Does not. No, you want to take out Absol. So nice. Then down here. Wow. Shoe. Wow! Just dumb! Stop it! Quick attack. Deep blade. They don't want me to reach the staircase! They want me to take as long as possible. Deep blade. Quick attack. And leaf blade. And I'm out of leaf blade. Just great. Hello, Dusknoir. Glad to see you back. Okay, there you go. Whew. Now over to 2-hour mark because those 2 warp traps. I hope they're proud of themselves. Again, thanks, Celebi. Yeah, I'm gonna let us know Celebi just handle enemies from this point on. Unless it's absolutely unavoidable. Hit them. Money. Let's go. We're nearly there. We're nearly at the peak. Our adventure is nearing the end. So I don't have much to say. It's just I've said all I can about this chapter. I can only get to the top and explain what happens there. Right, take him out. Yeah, we got. We gained dizzy from hunger. Oh, I don't have the stamina band anymore. I spent that much time running because of all the bloody warp traps. Ah, great. Absorb. Perfect. Yeah, as you guys can see, Celebi's AI sort of works on not getting hit. Like, Celebi will try and just hide a lot. Dig. Big numbers. Beautiful. There we are. Vast Ice Mountain Pinnacle. I knew it. I knew you had already reached the pinnacle. Primal Dialga. You alright? Yeah, but for Dialga, he seems to be in pain. The planet's moving again. It seems to be hurting Master Dialga's darkened heart. Celebi, look behind Dialga. Yeah, the passage of time. It would be very dangerous if the passage of time were to be damaged. This area, just little by little, this area is becoming brighter. The wind is stronger. There's a light emanating from Dialga's body. Our bodies too. History is being distorted. History distorted? The end is coming. It's getting close. What? Until we disappear, we should do everything we can to bring Dialga back to his senses. Oh, for the future, our fight. This is the final one. Maris, Akros, please, lend me your strength. Our final strength. Let's go. I never went over the strategy before. I still want this music to be heard. But the strategy is quite simple. Stun Seed. Chuck. Now Dialga is stunned. Get right up to him. Vile Seed. Chuck. Lowers his defense by a lot. Totter Seed to confuse. And there's War Time. High damage to everyone. But also positive does damage to Dialga, I believe. Now, my plan after this Let's use dig. $225. That sets it up for Dusknoir taking out Dialga. Not as much damage as Aquos, but, you know. My body's heavy, but we did it. Yeah, we finally defeated Primal Dialga. Daybreak is near. Now, we can only wait here for the end to come. The end is coming. We're fading. Dialga. Dusknoir. Oh. Celebi too. Grovyle. Please tell me. My life. Did it shine? Yeah. Extraordinarily. I am glad. I am. Up to the very end. Not wavering. Honestly, I lived. Because of you, Grovyle. Thanks to you. I have no regrets. Dusknoir. The end. Me too. So slowly. Celebi. Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. This is... oh. It's the morning sun. The sun is up. Can you see it, Celebi? It's the morning sun. Is this the morning sun? I had no idea. The world in which the sun rises is so beautiful. The sun. I had no idea that it could be this form. Being able to see the sun before the end, and being able to see it with you, I'm really glad that I am alive. I'm really glad. I am too. Goodbye, Grovyle. I'm so happy. Ugh. We're still here. I didn't disappear. Why? That's true. We're not disappearing. I thought if history was changed, that would be the end. So, why is this? We truly are still here? Wonderful! But I don't know why we were fainting and then didn't disappear. But anyway, everyone is alive. Everyone is safe. Isn't just an amazingly wonderful thing? If this happened, does that mean this was a miracle? Can we say that? No, it was no miracle. Dialga. Master Dialga. For a very long time, I saw only darkness. And during that time, the world became filled with chaos. Master Dialga. I take responsibility for it. Now that things have been resolved, I'll support this new world from here on out. This is Master Dialga's telepathy. Wow! The land has turned green. Such a beautiful scene. This is Dialga's power. Master Dialga. Dialga, I have something I want to ask. Earlier, when we did not disappear, you said it wasn't a miracle. But was it thanks to you? No. It was not me. I do not have the power necessary to stop you from disappearing. However, a being higher than myself, that being's power, could have done it. This was surely that power to work, I believe. And so, I must express my gratitude. It's wonderful that you've returned the world from darkness for me. I'm truly grateful. To you, and the ones who stopped the planet's paralysis in the past. Your friends. That's right, we're still here. Mars, you too. I hope you're safe as well. If you didn't disappear either, are you still alive? Macros, the fate of Pokemon in the future when you changed history. My fate and that of Mars. I expect you'll find out later, but right now what are you thinking? The wind. The light. If you can carry my message, please send it to Mars and Akros. Thanks to you, the future has been freed from darkness. And we and the other Pokemon in the future are safe. We didn't disappear. From now on, we're going to combine our strengths and rebuild this world. For Celebi, who has supported me all this way. After this, above all, we are still alive. Mars, Akros, can you hear me? We are still alive. And that is every special episode in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explores the Sky combined together. You can tell why I love this one so much, and I believe the black screen at the end is us receiving a message far in the future, because I'm not sure, I don't think in the actual game you can encounter Grovyle and Celebi again. Which is so unfortunate! I realised I spoiled earlier in this video. Did Celebi and Grovyle actually appear in a future Mystery Dungeon game? They appear in Super Mystery Dungeon as people who can join your team. You have to rescue them. Because it's literally a mission where you have to go save a Grovyle and a Shiny Celebi. But I remember the first time I played this special episode. It was so difficult, but the ending was so good. Like the original ending makes people cry out of sadness when they disappear from their partner. Then cry tears of joy when they come back, and this just makes you cry tears of joy, but you feel proud as well because it's the conclusive ending. But I'm not sure if you can see Grovyle in Explores the Sky. If you can, I will do research and I will try to find him again. Again, I don't think you can. But this game gets a remake, please. Remake Sky. Don't make 2 versions because there's no point in 2 versions of any Pokemon game now. Make a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers DX. Just basically make a Sky, put in some extra special episodes, and have bonus stuff like being able to find Grovyle and Celebi and Dusknoir in the future. Because when you think about this, 2 Dialgas now, one should know where they are. But next time on Explore the Sky, we will continue our main adventure and continue on living for Grovyle's sake. I will see you guys in the next episode.